Good morning, friends. I'm sorry that I'm alone and I've got some mediocre audio going here, but I will do my best to soldier on here. How's everybody doing this morning? Hope you're having a nice President's Day weekend, 3-day weekend. I was just watching some comic book movies the last couple of days. Hope everybody's doing all right. The girls are probably asleep still. They haven't shown their faces yet, but the bagels are ready in the other room. I already ate mine. I'm ready to go. Hello, Mark from Legion of Comics. Mark's been doing a lot of really great content over on his channel, so if you guys haven't checked him out yet, I know he hangs out with Burke Family on Thursday nights, but don't hold that against him. He's got a really great channel, and you should definitely check out what Legion is doing over there. Ruben Guzman, #1, rocking and rolling in this chat with Old Wolf, I hung out with for like a fraction of a minute last night. Hello to Oregon. What is up? And Hidden Gem, how you doing? Perry, I will bring this back up when Kate gets here because she does love that emoji. Facts. Kate and Perry bonding over emojis. Working wet and cold. Yikes. Oh, good. Ouch. Burning Block, hello to you. Kate is up and rocking this morning. Good to see you, man. Love from Maryland. I haven't been to Maryland since I was, I think I went for like my junior high, visiting the state, the capital, visiting Washington, D.C. area. And I think we went to Maryland while we were there. Southern Comic Geek, yeah. Rock some bagels and comics. Why not? Fuchsia is here. Good morning. Roscoe, artist extraordinaire. How you doing, man? If you guys aren't watching Rod Justarican and his comics, his weekly lame or frame drawing show, Roscoe's been putting on a bit of a show there. You got to watch it. Perpetual Comics. How's it going? Northern Ireland. That is awesome. Good to see you, sir. How are you? It's got to be dinner time, right? Evening time over there. Comic Head 84 has just put a ton of really great books on his Instagram for sale. You guys got to follow him. I missed out on 2 or 3 books I totally would have snagged. So you want to jump over there on his Instagram, just Comic Head 84. You're going to find a ton of great books for sale. Absolutely. Got his mic all fixed. Hey, there you go. My microphone broke, and a new one is supposed to arrive today because I paid for the $30 3-year warranty or whatever. So my new one should be arriving today. It was a fluke mistake, so hopefully it'll be fine. Yeah, sorry, Kirk. No Kate and Charlie to help wake you up this morning. Just me. Sorry about it. Good to see everybody rocking and rolling, and my dad is awake saying, where's my granddaughters? They're lazy. They're down the hall. I've always said I'm not going to wake them up to do this show. So they've got to, they usually come out at their own time like little groundhogs coming out of their burrows. So hopefully they wake at some point here and come out and join me. Yeah. Hey, family minus the kids, right? Comics Kings is here. Brandon, how are you doing, man? Good to see you, sir. He's going to be on Tuesday nights, Omni X-Men show. We're talking about issue 114, I think is where we are now. I'm the odds. Wait, 115? Man, I can't even remember now. But Brandon's going to join for the next 2 issues. Hang out with us. Captain Comics, good morning to you. Comic Head, he knows that I've been difficult about the whole Sopranos thing because I tried the first 3. Okay, this is how long it's been, Kenny. This is how long it's been. I tried watching the Sopranos back when Netflix sent you DVDs in the mail, and I got the first disc of the Sopranos, and I watched all the episodes. I think there were 3, and I was like, all right, like whatever. And then I never watched anything after that. I've never gone beyond those 3. So it just didn't spark a lot of love and interest for me. So sorry about that. I forgot to mention that Comics on the Mind just hit 400 subscribers. So congrats to you, Kirk. That is awesome, my man. There it is, 114. I knew it was right in there somewhere. I can't remember these things until I sit down and start reading the books. Let's see here. Did I miss anybody? Did you just call your girls groundhogs? I did. 6 more weeks of school. Yeah, so Kenny's trying to get me to watch Sopranos again, give it another shot. There's certain shows I struggle with. Not because they're just really heavy, because I certainly loved like 6 Feet Under was a show that I really loved. It's when I feel like I know where the show is going, like I know like where it's gonna end. Not like I don't know all the twists and turns, but when I can kind of see that like, oh, the main character's arc is gonna be really depressing and it's gonna end up in a deep dark hole somewhere. I don't know that I care, you know. I struggle with it. So certain shows have been a like turn off for me, and I've given them a shot. I will legitimately say I gave Breaking Bad 3 full seasons. I watched 3 full seasons of Breaking Bad, and I kept hoping that I would feel something for the characters besides just, I don't know, disgust. The whole time I was just like, okay, so I get it. He's gonna this is Walter, and he is just slowly doing this for 8 years, and then that's where it's gonna end. Okay, awesome. I get it. Good. I got the first 3 years in, and we'll skip the rest. I don't need the rest of that. So that was kind of me on Breaking Bad and a little bit on The Sopranos as well. So I do admit I only gave Sopranos 3 episodes, and I gave Breaking Bad 3 seasons. I gave it 3 seasons. I couldn't do more than that. It's too much for me. You don't have to type everyone's names. I'm just saying that. It's nice of you to do that though, Tony. You're a nice guy. I appreciate it. He's always saying hello to people. Hope everyone's having an exciting and fun weekend. Reminder, tomorrow for Valentine's Day that HBO is launching the trailer for the Snyder Cut. So I know a lot of people are excited to see that for sure. You know, something to look forward to, something to check out. Did you guys check out Earth to Ned? We have not. We were watching, so Bearded Comic Bro and I are preparing for February a show on comic book movies that are not DC or Marvel. Comic book movies that are outside of that vein. So we're watching a bunch of stuff that is outside the norm. Last night, my girls and I watched Dick Tracy, which is on the Disney. I think it's on Disney, or is that on HBO? No, I'm stuck. It's on Disney. So we watched the Dick Tracy film, the Warren Beatty one, and Charlie really enjoyed it. She's the Dick Tracy fan in this house. So I've got Rocketeer lined up. We're going to do that one here probably the next day or so. So I've been going back and rewatching certain things, trying to give it a shot. But I have not tried Earth to Ned yet. JP is in the chat morning, and oh no, John and I are agreeing on Breaking Bad. I think you and I agree on way too much at this point. It's kind of weird. Breaking Bad best how-to film. And I will say, like, I'm probably less the target for Breaking Bad as far as an audience goes, because I am a dad and a teacher. So watching a dad and a teacher slowly devolve into just tragedy, it's not high on my list. It's not like, hey, let's go do that for this next month and a half. Yeah, the teaser for Snyder's Snyder Cut dropped. I will say I don't have a ton of faith in the Snyder Cut, but I'm definitely going to watch it. I'm definitely going to go see it. Absolutely. So there, look, he's already listing his favorite non-DC and Marvel superhero films. And yeah, feel free to drop some of those in the chat. There's a lot of great ones. There's a lot of great ones out there. I think Greg and I are going to struggle to fit it into one discussion. There's a lot. There's a ton. Yeah, I mean, Grandmaster, I am clearly in the minority on Breaking Bad and The Sopranos. It's just not my thing. Second Street Marvel speaks my language. Ghost World and American Splendor, which is on HBO. If you guys have the HBO, if you got the, the streaming HBO Max, I love American Splendor, and it's on there. It's that movie is definitely going to come up for me. That is probably my number one. I am just a huge American Splendor fan. Great, great movie. Does A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night count? It's a comic, but I don't think it was originally. So they've made a comic maybe since the film. I don't know. I don't like the Spawn movie. I'm sorry. Not a big fan of the Spawn movie. It just didn't work for me. There's a little teaser for the Justice League Snyder Cut that's out, but I'd say just wait till tomorrow, Oregon, and watch the official trailer that's going to drop. Let's see. My problem with Breaking Bad is I literally couldn't stand a single character. Hey, that's fair. That is fair. And I never got into The Sopranos either, so I'm with you on that. American Splendor, boom, boom. Second Street Marvel knows what's up. I'm a huge American Splendor fan. Great movie. Meteor Man. There it is, Kirk, Meteor Man. Heck yeah. I mean, technically, yeah, Tank Girl counts. I really hate that movie, but yeah, Tank Girl counts. I like the comic book better than that movie for sure. Yeah. So there's a bunch on that list that I've got to watch. Find those ones that really speak to me or speak to Greg, or hopefully speak to both of us. There's a ton of great ones out there. One that Greg and I didn't mention when we were talking with each other is that Tom Hanks one, something Road to Perdition. There it is. That Road to Perdition movie is a comic book that they made into a film. Jude Law is in that, right? That's a very good movie, and often a movie that people forget has a comic book roots. There you go. There's Second Street Marvel and I are like ready and rocked and locked and loaded. JP and Bearded know what's up. Roscoe's listing movies that John won't watch. What? Is he? That's fair. I mean, that's probably true. Tank Girl. Yeah, not going to do that. I'm not going to rewatch Tank Girl. I'm not going to do it. I just won't do it. Jennifer, hello to you. Good morning to you. Meteor Man is awesome. I agree. History of Violence and Road to Perdition, yeah, I think are two of the ones that got bigger acclaim and got some Oscar nominations, these two films, just because they're both really well done. And, they definitely don't come across as your typical films. I have not seen the newer version, Dread, but of course I saw the Stallone version as well. Sharon, liking the History of Violence. There you go. There you go. Hey, Magic Lasso, good morning to you. Oh, and I just missed Michael. Downright, where'd you go? There you go, Downright Nerdy Podcast. Michael and Riley, how you guys doing this morning? Cookie's got to go. Take it easy, man. I will have some strong tea for you. Well, I don't know how strong. I mean, it's just tea. Is that all right? It's not like super strong. Only watch the Carl Urban Dread. It's actually pretty good. Okay. So I have to watch that one. I'll try to see. I don't think it's streaming anywhere, so I'm going to struggle to find that one, I have a feeling. But I do like Carl Urban a lot. Carl Urban is cool. Lord of the Rings, thumbs up. The Boys, thumbs up. Star Trek, thumbs up. I like some Carl Urban. He is cool. Carl Urban is the bomb. Ooh, Eastern Promises is another good movie, but it's not. That one's not based on a comic book. But yeah, those are powerful movies. Well, I got a daughter who woke up. Red is a comic book movie. That's right. That's true. So look at this group. They know what's up. I don't think History of Violence and Eastern Promises, they're about equal on the violence scale. Hey, Kate, let me scroll up to the top here for you. Oh, sorry, Perry. StreamYard only holds so many in the chat. So if Perry is still here, he dropped your emoji earlier. That was the first thing he did when he jumped in, is he dropped your emoji. Mm-hmm. Got some books?
And the pillows, Dave.
You got a pillow indention on your face. It's good. It's good.
Hello, everybody.
Just doing movies, Roscoe. It's a show that Bearded Comic Bro and I do every so often on Saturday nights. Drinks and movies. So it's next Saturday. We're gonna just be talking all comic book movies that are not Marvel and DC, because there's a lot of those. And we watched. You saw a little bit of Dick Tracy last night. What'd you think? Not a fan? Is that subtle? Not a fan face?
I woke up like at 8:35, so
you're awake for 12 minutes. Mm. Let's see here. TJ says The Phantom is a fun, underrated movie. I think Greg would agree with you on that one. I got to rewatch it. I didn't particularly love it when I was younger, but I might need to watch it again. All the people saying good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Blood is not for us, says Burning Black, but History of Violence is pretty bloody movie, and Mom seemed to like it. And hey, Die Hard, right? That's a bloody movie, right? I mean, he's got blood all over his back and steps on the glass. Yeah, pulls the glass out of his feet.
That's my least favorite part.
The glass in the feet part.
It's so cool when it's like
when he takes the glass out later. Yeah. Bearded says it's okay, Kate. I still like you. The Shadow with Alec Baldwin. There you go. Legion says he loves the Phantom. There you go. How are you doing? Kate was.
Brushed my teeth.
I'm so happy for that. Thank you.
I knew I was going to eat in everything bagel.
It's right in there. I'm ready and waiting for you.
Yeah.
I will say, Kate was very excited and I think enjoyed WandaVision last night. We're not going to do spoilers right now because I know that we don't want to scare a lot of people off, but it's been Kate's favorite. I mean, more than Mandalorian, I think you're enjoying them.
Oh, I never liked Mandalorian.
So Mandalorian's down here and WandaVision's way up here.
WandaVision's like up the ceiling. Sorry.
Kate is a WandaVision fan from episode 1 on. She just doesn't want to have to watch Vision die again because she saw him. She saw him when Wanda sacrificed him.
Wanda exploded him.
And then we saw Thanos reverse it and then rip it out of his head. So we saw in Infinity War, he died 2 times. Yes. And you're thinking that this show might show him die a 3rd time.
He literally, yeah. I'm not going to spoil anything.
But you're saying the end of the show might have a 3rd death and that would be a bummer.
Yeah, that would really suck.
Yeah.
But like, this is the point I make every single conversation I have about this. If Wanda is controlling all these people in this little Westview community, she brought back Vision in there, and so what could she do? She's doing that every day, and what could she do if it was just Vision and she was out in the world every day?
I don't know.
She could control them all the time.
She's really just, I think the show is really just about her understanding and expanding her abilities. So I think it's just slowly, we're seeing the growth in knowledge for her powers. How far do her powers go? Legion says, remember, he's probably not alive anyway. Burn. Kate loves her some Vision and Wanda, so those are definitely her favorites.
Those are my favorite characters.
Michael's saying it's been fun. Look, there you go.
And Loki's my other one.
And Loki. So Marvel is slowly wiping out your favorite characters. Mm-hmm. But isn't that the curse of modern movies and TV where like actors can't stay on forever? So you're going to have everybody disappear at some point, right? Captain America's gone. Iron Man's gone. Slowly you've got to stop paying those guys on the high end and replace them with other people that you can afford to pay. It's a bogus deal, but that's the way it is.
No more Chris Evans. Right? No more Chris Evans or Robert Downey Jr.
Hello, Iwick. What's up? Ian, how's it going, man?
This is my favorite shirt of his.
It's your favorite?
Yeah, I love looking at it.
Terry says, Wanda's a great show. Do you like all the old costumes? Did you like the old costumes for the Halloween episode?
So cool.
Yeah.
But the visions looked so uncomfortable.
Uh-huh. Let's see. I saw Greg said, so the commenting on the comic books behind me. Yeah, where did Greg go? Yeah, I put up a whole DC thing today. I got Batman sort of on the bottom row, and then I got some other classic villains. It's a lot of villain stuff, except for the 2 trades. Where are we at here? 1 and 2. Except for the 2 trades, you got Scarecrow and Bane and Two-Face and Harley and Joker, and Poison Ivy's right behind me, right there. And then Darkseid and Catwoman. Got some of my favorites. Slowly getting my favorites. Kate is clearly not like that, John. Doesn't like what? What don't you like?
No.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
These are both Poison Ivies behind me. I don't have the first Riddler yet, but I do have a couple of the Poison Ivies. One of them has the poster, and one doesn't. Yeah, they're low grade. Like this one right here is missing a big chunk. You can see there's a little chunk right there missing. They're low grade, but yeah, I mean it's Poison Ivy, so love Poison Ivy. She's so cool.
I mean, I don't like a lot of things about my father, so
that's fair.
I'm not sure.
It's hard to distinguish which one, right? Yeah.
Which one you're pinpointing?
Hello, Connecticut Comics. Good morning. Delphi and Kachung are in here. Sorry, I missed them. On a trip to Lowe's, getting their gear. So, Kate, who are your favorite Batman villains? If you were gonna rank top 5 Batman villains, Joker is your favorite?
Obviously.
Yeah.
He's the best. The Riddler.
Two-Face.
Harley Quinn.
Harley.
I want to say Poison Ivy, but I don't think I'm gonna say her.
Okay. You need to think for a little bit.
Yeah.
Catwoman.
That's it. That's like.
I'm glad there were a couple ladies in there. I do think he has some of the best female enemies. I mean, Harley, so cool. Harley, Poison Ivy, and Catwoman alone are a great triple threat. And then you throw like Talia al Ghul.
Oh, I forgot her.
The Al Ghul family.
I don't like them very much, though. They're kind of annoying. And they have like a Damien. Don't they have a kid?
Jenny Frizen has a Catwoman and Poison Ivy coming. Oh, really? Says JP. He's all about it.
Whoa.
It's all right. Joker is my least favorite these days too, Sharon, but I just think it's because they use him too much in the comics. If you're talking about just the animated series, then that's exactly where it's at.
I've never read any comics with Joker in them.
But for me, yeah, it's gonna be Two-Face, it's gonna be Poison Ivy, it's gonna be Scarecrow, it's gonna be Catwoman. Those are gonna be the big 4. After that, what's that?
Who's your last one then?
I don't know. That's a tricky one. The last one. Jordan wants to know where Charlie. Jordan, I'm sorry. Charlie's being lazy. Is she still sleeping?
Yeah. No, she's awake.
She's awake? She's just too lazy?
Yeah.
Hi, Jordan. How's it going? Good morning or good afternoon. You're probably having lunch. Hope your lunch is yummy. I don't know who I would pick for my 5th Batman villain. Maybe Ra's al Ghul. This 5th one's going to be a tricky one. Maybe the Riddler. I mean, it's a lot lower for me. I mean, Two-Face is like number 1, and Scarecrow right there with him. Then Poison Ivy and Catwoman right there in the 2nd tier. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Everybody else is like.
What about Harley?
I've never been a huge Harley fan because I feel like they use her poorly.
She's so funny, though.
Sometimes, like on the animated show, she's amazing. But then other times they use her and she is very weird and odd. Like all the movies, I think, are doing as much as I think Margot Robbie is talented and beautiful, the version that she's doing is awful. I really do not like that version. I'm sorry. Not a big fan. Harleen is a great version. It is brilliant. I agree. And they get a JP budget collecting for shouting that one out because awesome. I'm not the guy to ask on that one. I am not a Batman who laughs. I'm not a Scott Snyder fan, just period. I liked his first 2 trades, maybe even the first 3 trades of his Batman run, and the death of the family, the Court of Owls, the Night of Owls, but everything else I've just not really enjoyed. Bane, you know what? Comic Head Bane, there he is right there. Bane might go up high on my list. He would probably be a lot higher.
I have not seen Comic.
He would definitely beat Joker. Just facts.
I haven't seen Comic Head in a long time.
You haven't seen Kenny in a little bit?
Yeah.
He's been doing shows. He's been doing shows like crazy. Werewolf by Lunchtime.
He's the one that drops slabs, right?
Not anymore. He's got sticky fingers now. He's like a ninja these days. Selling slabs, dropping slabs. No, he's dropping them into people's inboxes and selling them. Let's see here. Old Wolf is back. Not a huge Harley fan. Yeah, Harleen is a really great read. Beautifully drawn, really well done. So that is probably my favorite Harley storyline.
I like her in the
I'm just not a huge fan in general.
Who is Margot Robbie?
My drops mostly happen off camera these days. The only Harley Quinn I find interesting are the early 2000s. Yeah, I mean this version, right? That's more alike the the animated series. Big fan. And then the Harleen. I mean, those are the only ones I really liked. Other than that, I don't know. So yeah, tricky. Let's go, Mr. Freeze. That's a good underrated one for sure. But clearly, JP and I agree on 4 of them: Catwoman, Ivy, Scarecrow, Two-Face. So my 4. And then he's got but he's gonna have Harley in there. He's a big Harley fan. Joker and Harley, Criminal Sanity. Okay, I'll have to check that one out. Criminal Sanity. I agree, Sharon. The Mr. Freeze tragedy, right, of losing his wife and then trying to save her.
Get her back. Yeah.
As long as it's not played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, I think I'm probably a pretty good Mr. Freeze
What was
fan.
so bad about him?
You can watch that movie someday and then just be like, wow.
He's supposed
I mean, just picture Arnold Schwarzenegger and then put him in a plastic Mr. Freeze costume and be like, okay, there's Mr. Freeze. Because it's obviously nothing like the amazing animated series one.
He's supposed to be skinny and wimpy though.
Yeah. I love the Mr. Freeze in the animated show. Because he sounds like RoboCop. He's like, dead or alive, you're coming with me. Batman, you will freeze. Right? He's got this RoboCop voice. The RoboCop sounding voice in the animated series, right? You will not stop my experiment, Batman.
Go get your little bird friend. That's what he says.
Rescue your little bird friend.
Yes. The coup.
You will not stop my plan.
Oh, the penguin.
Batman, freeze.
The penguin is really good.
I'm amusing myself. I'm not a big Penguin fan. Yeah, Penguin.
Me neither.
He's a little ridiculous.
He's weird.
He's a little bit
so
ridiculous as a villain. So I struggle to take him seriously.
Me neither. Oh my God.
Super Russ is here. I'm sorry, Russ. I missed you, man.
Has Danny DeVito ever played the penguin?
Good to see you, man. Yeah, Danny DeVito played him in the live action. It was the sequel to the Michael Keaton one that you're like, ooh, that was a creepy Joker. It's the sequel to that movie.
Oh my God! Really?
It's the one with Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman and the one with Danny DeVito as.
That's a good cast. Was it good?
It's dark. It's creepy. You might like it. We've never watched it.
Do I get an intro?
You want to say hello?
Do I get an intro?
I didn't do an intro to sister.
I said, oh, and Kate's awake.
Charlie's awake. Look, hey.
Thank you.
Nobody can see you though. The Arnold Freeze was very Batman 66. That's fair, TJ. That's fair. Penguin haters. Yeah, I just struggle. I struggle with Penguin. He's a little ridiculous for me. But then there's a lot of ridiculous Batman villains. I mean, let's take a moment and really consider the ventriloquist.
Oh my God.
Right? There's literally a Batman villain who is a puppeteer.
I can find it.
Scarface the puppet,
Yeah, Scarface,
and the ventriloquist is the guy holding him. That is a Batman villain.
It's the weirdest Batman villain.
That is top 5 kookiest Batman villains for
I
me.
know.
The ventriloquist.
And then the ventriloquist, like,
What gangster mob is going to be like, yeah, this guy seems like let's follow that guy. Let's do what that guy says. What?
Or
Wacky.
or like when the Riddler. How did he just set up everything?
The Riddler, he's clever, right? The Riddler, at least, is clever. At least the bad guys can be like, yeah, he dresses kind of funny, but like, clearly he's a smart guy. You look at that Scarface guy, you're like, this guy is unstable. I don't know that I want to work for this guy. Same with Joker, though. He always seems to find henchmen, and he kills all of them. You got to think people are like, why am I working for the Joker?
I know.
That's a really bad career move for those.
Blackmailing them.
Think he's blackmailing all of his employees? Maybe. It's a dangerous road.
Wait. Can I say something?
Yeah.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, okay. So, Scarface sometimes puts a gun to the ventriloquist.
Yeah,
Like,
aims his
"Bruh,
gun
you're
at the-
controlling him.
Yeah, threatens his own ventriloquist.
It's so funny. I'm
Absolutely.
like, you're gonna die if he dies.
I was going to say this, Sharon and Grandmaster. The Mad Hatter is definitely top 5 wackiest Batman villains. The fact that they took an Alice in Wonderland character and then fashioned him into a master villain, I think is hilarious to me.
But he has a cool little trick that he does too.
Yeah. So like I get there's a creepiness to his device, right? His mind control device, but he's definitely an oddity of a character. And
They all are. That's what they're
I
trying
was
to kill
not.
people.
I did not really like that villain until I read Greg Rucka's Gotham. Is it Gotham PD? Gotham Police? What is it? Shoot, I already forgot the name.
Shoot like police.
It's all about the police officers in Gotham. It's not really about Batman. He's hardly in it at all, if he's ever in it. And at one point, they're investigating a crime, and it connects back to the Mad Hatter, and that was a cool idea. And I actually thought that was an interesting. It made him a more interesting villain, but that's the only time I felt that way.
And that ketchup and mustard guy. He has like
The Condiment King.
Oh my god.
The Condiment King. Yeah, and somebody else mentioned. Sorry, JP mentioned Kite Man.
Yes.
There are some odd ones out there.
And there's Counterman.
I like Ra's al Ghul a bunch. I think Ra's al Ghul is a really powerful villain. I like Ra's al Ghul as a bad guy, for sure. Werewolf says, son of the demon. There you go. They addressed how he got his henchmen in the Dark Knight. He attracts the mentally unstable. There you go. There you go.
Okay.
King Tut, Eggman, the Clock King, and
my
the
God.
Polka Dot Man.
Vertigo.
Vertigo?
You know that one?
The one that like makes you like nauseous. Yeah.
That's a weird one.
Daddy. Oh.
No, sorry, JP. Yeah, you say yes, I'll work for you, and then the second he sends you out on a mission, you run and hide somewhere and you disappear. You stop coming back into work.
Yeah, seriously.
That's
I'd
what you
fly
do.
away and leave Gotham. Go to Metropolis. Superman can protect
I
you.
get what you're saying about Kite Man. Don't you dare shame my Booster Gold. Booster Gold is hilarious. I love Booster Gold.
But Daddy.
Small child villain there was that little girl that was like on a TV show, and she rounded up all of her family from the show, and like the creepy little girl downright.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She was.
Baby doll. Yeah, something like that.
Got everyone and she like killed them all.
She was trying to. She never. I don't think she actually did.
No,
Yeah,
she did.
She
got.
literally biked
she got-
away on her getaway cars like a tricycle.
Yeah, she got. She got her mom. She bit her mom and her dad, and I
Right.
think the brother survived.
Huh.
Like the brother got hurt, but he survived because Batman got him. He got there and he was hiding. Which, if I was in that thing, I would just pretend like she already killed me. Lie on the floor like.
I guess I should have made the thumbnail for this Batman villains.
I was just gonna say, what is the thumbnail?
There was a stinker that was like the little warlock. I don't know. Kite Man was made popular when Tom King rewrote his origin for the War of Jokes and Riddles. I did not read that portion. I got to go find that.
Oh, Bear Comic Bro, last night I watched Dick Tracy.
And what did you think? Tell me some of your thoughts on it.
I liked it. I kind of like how that likes when they set things up.
Uh-huh.
I like that. That was like one of the really smart things in my opinion.
When they set things up, what does that mean?
When they set Dick Tracy up.
The
like
way
they killed
the way the
mayor.
no-faced character set up Dick Tracy to go to jail.
Yeah, and then throughout, like near the end, I kind of figured out who the no-face character was because when you look, every time it shows part of the face, it kind of looks wooden.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't really think it was a real, like.
You thought it was a
face
mask?
person.
Yeah, for sure.
And how are they talking otherwise?
Yes.
And then I was like,
Dick Tracy.
and then I noticed that who would have something against Dick Tracy that we've seen so far. And I thought of the lady who sings in Club Fritz because she has a totally different voice when she sings.
Right.
She can make different voices.
But if you notice, the faceless person doesn't have anything against Dick Tracy. The faceless person sets Dick Tracy up to get him off to the side so that they can ruin Big Boy, and then share. She offers to share the city with Dick Tracy, saying we could run this city together without Big Boy. She just wants him to shoot Big Boy for her and take him off to be gone so that she can take over all of Big Boy's land, and Dick Tracy takes over all the cops and they run the city together. That's what her plan is, her evil plan.
But it doesn't work out.
It does not, no, because he can't. Dick Tracy's never going to break the law. He follows the rules. He's a rule follower.
He never lies.
He never lies. Yeah, Dick Tracy's he's a straight shooter, as it is. Richard Tracy, yes, Richard Tracy.
It's part of his dick.
Well, you know, I'm having thoughts, and it's gone. Pacino, yeah, Pacino is wild as Big Boy. He's the actor who plays Big Boy. He's pretty wild in that, right? I've got a thought. A thought's coming. There's a thought,
It's gonna come.
and it's gone.
Why are
pretty
you
wild.
the big boss? Because big bosses have to have an idea.
Big Boy did
Have
it.
an idea.
Big Boy did it. Big Boy did it.
Okay.
Big Boy did it. Big Boy did it. Right? He slows the tape all the way down. Mumbles was one of my favorites. I always liked Dustin Hoffman's performance as Mumbles. It was pretty amazing. Or his lips like went to one side. Big Boy did it. Big Boy did it. Yeah. It's an odd, wild ride. But yes, this is one of my favorite shirts. I wear from time to time. Where was the one right above it though? Chaos. Yeah, it's on Disney. Disney has the streaming rights
They do?
to Dick Tracy, so it's on there if you want to watch it. Where is it? Dustin Hoffman is amazing as Mumbles. I agree. Dick Tracy comments and approving. It's hard to think about Dick Tracy without remembering the drama of Beatty dating Madonna. Yeah, that was a bit of something. But the visual look of Dick Tracy is kind of cool. I dig there's like animation involved and the lighting and the look of Dick Tracy. Just the production design of Dick Tracy as a movie was on another level. That was really wild.
And they want the colors of the wall.
Russ says he's trying to come up with something for today's video. He's lacking motivation. Why don't you do a simple prediction for the Snyder Cut trailer tomorrow, Super Russ? What are your predictions? What are we going to see? Give us the Super Russ insight on the Snyder Cut trailer. What is your prediction for that? I would love to see that for sure. Let's see here. I'm going to talk about a comic. We haven't talked about one yet, and I use this as the thumbnail for today's video is X-Force issue 17, which this was my read of the week. I found this hilarious. I do love the character of Quentin, the gentleman with the pink hair here. He's known as Kid Omega because he's an Omega level mutant, but he's died many times and had to be brought back many times. So he's wearing a shirt that says, I died 100 times and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. I thought that was hilarious. But the beginning of the comic book is very funny. More of CGI's Superman. Can you put that over there and get me a napkin? Because I just got bageled.
Yay!
Charlie just bageled me. The beginning of the comic book shows all of his deaths. He's getting blown up. He's getting run over by a steamroller. He's falling in acid. He's being attacked by a killer bear. So you have like all of his deaths. It's like there was the time the nano missile took me out. There was that unfortunate incident with the steamroller. The acid bath bomb, of course. The Mecha Grizzlies at the Commander Islands. He's going through all of his deaths. He's just sharing with you all the times that he's died, which I found to be hilarious, and I just absolutely loved it. And they just did some really clever things here. One of my favorite bits is when they try to give him a new costume, and they go through all the options for him.
Oh my God.
This is hilarious. We've got him as Wolverine. You got him as Blob.
Too much pee-pee?
You got him as Cable. Yes. He's like, oh, you can see me naked if I'm inside this costume. Superman-y, right? So they go. I thought this was very funny, and I laughed a lot at this issue. And Quentin, I thought this issue was amazing, just so funny and yet so emotional and really well connected to Quentin. So if you like Kid Omega at all, or if you don't know about him very much, this was a really cool way to get into that character. So big fan. If you even if you haven't been reading it, this is almost like a standalone issue in a lot of ways. So it's something to check out for sure if you haven't seen it. Remember her documentary about Antonio Banderas eyeing Madonna, more to baby's annoyance. Yeah. Pop is back, and he says it's nice to see that everybody's here.
Hey, Pop.
Let's see here. JP says Snyder Cut prediction. Dumpster fire. I mean, I would be willing to say that. I don't think it's going to be a good movie, but I hope, JP, I am hopeful that this is the one Snyder movie that is breaking the pattern. I have not enjoyed almost all of Snyder's. I only own 2 Snyder films, Watchmen and 300. And all the rest of his, I've loved the trailers and not the actual movies. So that's just me. But maybe this is a good one. Maybe it will be. I already have HBO. It's not going to cost me anything. I can just watch. If it's going to cost me 4 hours because I got to watch this movie. It's going to be like a 4-hour movie, the epic Justice League movie. So yeah, at some point. Anyways, that was my read of the week. If you've got X-Force and you haven't started reading it yet, I definitely recommend it. So take a chance on it.
Everyone's sleeping today. We only got 16 people in. Yeah.
Well, you girls weren't here at the beginning. I think people tuned in and were like, Psh, I'm out of here. I don't want to watch a show without Charlie and Kate.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Well, I was dragged down here.
I didn't drag you.
I heard you talking about me.
That doesn't drag you.
I was in the middle of having a good imaginary movie.
Oh, yeah. Buenos dias, Borinquen Comics is here. How you doing, man? Good to see you, brother. Looking forward to Barry Windsor Smith's monster book, says Werewolf by Lunchtime. God, nice. Did you have any books you wanted to share, Kate? You want to read?
Read.
She's just going to read. What about you, Charlie? Do you have any books you wanted to share? You just want to talk Dick Tracy and eat a bagel. You did finish reading all the Harry Potter books. Sadness. Nothing else? That's it? Can you name your 3 favorite Harry Potter books? What are the 3 best Harry Potter books?
3.
The 3rd book, okay?
Last book.
The 7th book.
Mm-hmm. And the first one.
And the 1st book. Okay. So Charlie goes 3, 7, 1 as her favorites. Okay. Happy or almost Valentine's Day to you, Sharon.
Mm-hmm. It's Valentine's Eve, right?
It is Valentine's Eve. Yeah, be sure to leave out some milk and cookies for Cupid.
Cupid,
Drive back your bolo.
And let your arrow go. Amulet series. Chaos says he's reading the Amulet series because of the girls. It is really good. I like it. I love that Amulet series. It's a lot of fun.
Daddy, what are your favorite Harry Potter characters?
My favorite Harry Potter characters? I mean, I'm a big fan of Luna. I mentioned that to you the other day. I'm a big fan of Neville.
The two lovebirds.
I'm definitely a big fan of Luna and Neville. I love Hermione a bunch. She's great. And I love Professor Lupin a ton. Those four would all probably make the top of my list. And then, yeah, I'm a Dumbledore fan. I love Dumbledore. So those might make my 5, I think. What about you? I know you got Fred and George. You want to count them as one? The twins as one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dobby.
The twins, Dobby. No spoilers, even for a book that's like forever old, right? The twins and Dobby.
Ginny.
Ginny, okay.
The Weasley parents.
You want to count them as one? So this, you love the Weasley family just in general. They're going to take over all the spots, right?
Yeah.
So you got Ginny, you got the twins, you got Ginny, and you got the parents, right?
And Voldemort.
Voldemort's one of your favorite characters?
Because he kind of helps the story.
He does. Obviously, he's a big antagonist, right? That's going to move the antagonists move the story along. Whenever the hero's about to get their happy ending, the antagonist comes along and pushes it a little further, right? Of course, you got to have a good antagonist. What was the little Weasley's elf's name? The Weasleys didn't have an elf, but Dobby was
Harry's.
The Malfoy servant elf who Harry set free. And then what's the female elf?
Winky.
Winky belonged to the Crouch family, right? And later went to work at Hogwarts. And then there was Creature, who lived in the Black family household. Usually it's just homes that are really, really wealthy and have had a long history in the wizarding world. Usually are the ones that still have house elves. Because the Weasleys were never super wealthy, they could never afford an elf. Although I also think that they wouldn't particularly want one. I don't know that they are that kind of a family. But the Malfoys, the Crouches, and the Blacks, they definitely would have those kind of things, right? So again, the twins, the parents, Ginny and Voldemort. And who was the other one? Did I miss one?
Dobby.
And Dobby. There you go.
Miss Dobby.
Kate, do you want to do your 5 Harry Potter characters or no?
Mm-hmm.
You're still reading?
I'm thinking.
Oh, thinking. Okay.
To name a few of them, but better go first.
What do you think?
Sharon, not a big Dobby fan. She just doesn't like those little elves.
Me.
I'm just kidding.
I know. But okay. Charlie, who do you think I like then?
Remember, do not give the girls any socks. Professor Umbridge is a character I despise the most. Yeah, I think that's a fair. It's funny. I think she ranks higher on the characters people hate above like Voldemort and Bellatrix. You have Professor Umbridge way at the top of everybody's list.
Okay,
I'm like, oh my
I
God.
have like 2. There's Harry.
Oh, what happened to Simple Simon? Simple Simon is in lockdown. Is this Australia going in lockdown for COVID, or is this like something else? Oh, Werewolf says it's ended now. We had a 5-day hard lockdown, but no new cases, so we're out of it. Victoria has started a 5-day. Okay, so there it is. It's a COVID thing. Okay, gotcha. They're both in Australia. Simple Simon and Werewolf by lunchtime.
Okay, so Harry, Draco.
Harry and Draco.
Yeah. I always feel bad for Draco, but
sure. Draco's in a really difficult situation, and for those of you big Cobra Kai fans, which is taking the story of Karate Kid and like flipping it over to look at the other side a little bit, I feel like you could do the same thing for the Harry Potter world. You could take the story of Harry Potter and flip it over and see how Malfoy is not necessarily the bad guy. He's just stuck in a really awful situation. And Harry is sometimes just straight up mean to him for no reason. There's definitely some unusual things that you could flip over there and view from the other side.
Ferret.
Yeah, he had a teacher turn him into a ferret. But admittedly, it wasn't a teacher. It was a person pretending to be a teacher. Bartemius, Barty Crouch Jr. Yeah. I love Professor Lupin too, Sharon. One of my favorites.
Snape is one of them.
So you got Snape, Malfoy, and Harry. Okay.
Hermione has to be a favorite, but I don't want to put her there because I just love her too much. She's not even in that list. She's higher, but I have no idea. I love Dobby so much.
You do love Dobby a lot. I'm trying to think. You love Luna a lot. And
I
Neville.
love Neville.
That's a tricky one. Cobra Kai is probably my favorite TV show, says Downright Nerdy, then Mando, then Wanda. Looking forward to Mighty Ducks show. Ooh, there's going to be a Mighty Ducks show? Man, oh man, oh man. Yeah, I'm almost done with season 1 of Cobra Kai. I'm way behind on that one. But we're into it. It's been very entertaining.
So there's 2 things.
Okay.
So first of all, I do really like Voldemort in the 7th one, the last one.
Voldemort in the
He's
final
literally
story.
So cool.
Well,
and
I think
so funny.
The 6th and 7th books give you a ton of his story, right? I mean, the 6th book with Dumbledore, they're going and learning all these things about Voldemort's life, right?
Yeah,
and then the 7th book, Harry is visiting some of those places for himself. So you can humanize him a little bit that way, right? Understanding his story. What's Chaos say? Sorry. I think he bemoaned adults enjoying young adult fiction. Gore? Who's that? Where's Gore? Did he like them? Dobby is who I'm talking about. Yes, he did Gore for New York Times. I'm missing a lot of stuff between these guys. Hitchens reviewed a Harry Potter book. Okay. Huh. All right.
Sorry, I had to go down the hall.
That's fine.
I bit in.
What happened?
What?
Is that the tooth spot? Yeah. We lost a tooth not too long ago. It's still bugging us. All right. Did you want to share anything, or do you want to keep going?
Read.
You keeping to read?
I really love reading so much.
Anybody reading Daredevil this week? This was amazing. This was a phenomenal book. If you read Daredevil, I mean, Daredevil's always good. Always good. But the last 2 issues, the King in Black tie-ins, very, very good stuff. So if you have not been reading Daredevil, you're behind. Catch up. It is good. Okay, Michael says Luna, Hermione. I agree with both of those. Then he says Sirius, Snape, and Weasley. Mrs. Weasley.
Mrs. Weasley is amazing.
Mrs. Weasley's pretty awesome. I agree.
You
Okay, yeah, let's not curse. Snow and Ice here canceled the 2nd vaccine dose for all of his family except me and rescheduled for next week. Yeah, there's been a lot of snow and cold weather rolling through a lot of places. I saw Alex, the comic hoarder, was doing he had a CGC box arriving, and he was recording, waiting for the truck to arrive, and you could see all the snow in the front of his place. Tons of snow. Let's see here. So yeah, Daredevil, big fan. The last 2 issues, Daredevil was in jail, and the symbiotes swarmed the prison, started taking over everybody in the jail. They tried to take over him, and he had to figure out how to get the symbiote off of him. It was cool. It was a really exciting 2 issues. I don't want to ruin it. There's people that just bought it this week and may not have read it.
Okay.
The wife and I got to a point we had to buy our own Harry Potter books as they came out, so we didn't have to wait for the others in the house to finish. Hey, that makes sense. The rule in my house, Mr. Garrell, was we didn't have kids at that point. So my wife and I would go to the midnight whatever, and we would buy it. And then I would read it in like a day and a half. And then I would read it out loud to my wife immediately following. So I read each book twice, like right off the go. I think we did that for all the books. I know we did it for 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I think we did it for 1 and 2 as well. But those we bought differently because there were no midnight releases for books 1 and 2 back then. Speaking of Harry Potter, we're going to be watching the final movie today. Charlie has not watched this last movie. So she has earned it. She's read all the books. She's ready for that final movie. And she's ready for the play, the Cursed Child play. For those that don't know, there's a play, a 2-night play. You have to go back and see it in 2 different installments because it's so long. And there's a book that was published of the script, so you can read it. Kate and I, performed it for my wife, the play. We did it a couple years ago, right? 3 years ago, 2 years ago. And I did most of the boy parts. Kate did most of the girl parts, and we did the entire Cursed Child for my wife just because she wanted to see it. Well, now Charlie wants us to perform it for her because she hasn't seen it yet, and she's ready, right? So that's going to be next.
Yeah, but I'm going to cry a lot in the movie, which I already know because when I cried for a real long time.
Yeah, there's some sad parts, yeah. Chaos says, never read a Harry Potter film or read the books. Waiting to have a child. That's a great way to do it, Chris. That's a great way to do it. Big O is here. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, so Charlie's looking forward to that final movie.
After the show.
Yeah, so we're going to do that probably right after the show once my wife's awake and gets her morning coffee.
Her beccaccino.
Her beccaccino. She got a foam for Christmas. She got a foam maker. So she's been making her own cappuccinos and lattes and stuff like that at home.
And a few days ago, she made one for me.
A hot chocolate though, right?
Yeah, and she put the foam on, but when it was melting, I looked at it, and she had put it in a heart. It was in a heart.
She did a little heart, yeah. When she poured the milk in.
She didn't need to do it.
She made latte art.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, so JP probably did the same thing as me. I mean, I think I already had books 1 and 2 by the time that book 3 came along. But yeah, I definitely did all the midnight releases after that. You know what, JP? I mean, here's let me how do I break this down? Is it the same as reading a Harry Potter book? No. Because The Cursed Child doesn't have any of the prose, right? Any of the writing style of J.K. Rowling.
It doesn't. It's just a script.
But it feels like a Harry Potter world. And the dialogue is so perfectly done. The characters are so beautifully drawn in just the way they move and speak. Yeah. The writing is really beautiful. But like any play, Shakespeare, The Crucible, a musical, whatever, you're supposed to watch people perform it. It's not supposed to be just read like a book. Shakespeare should not be read like a book. I'm sorry. It should be performed. And the reason a lot of people hate Shakespeare is because they're forced to read it as a book and they're not seeing it performed. So the reason I think some people didn't like the Cursed Child book is because it's a different kind of read. You've got to be able to picture actors moving about on stage and performing it.
Which is why I would do voices, Dad would do voices.
Yeah, so like I read it to you the first time, right? And I did voices and you read certain characters. And then we had such fun. We told Mom, hey, we'll do it again if you want to see it now that you had finished the story.
And now we can do it with Charlie and everybody.
I would love to see it on stage. I hear it's incredible and they make you believe magic is real because of how they do the effects on the stage. It is just incredible how they do it. These tricks of magic are performed on stage. And the drawback is you got to go twice, right? You got to go one night and see part 1 and then come back another night and go to see part 2. And it's expensive and it's being, there's not many places. It's in London, San Francisco, and LA. And of course, now with COVID, people are waiting to go out back and see it. But I hear it's just incredible. They do these special effects on stage, these really amazing things in person, like it's like a magic show and a play put together. And so I would love to see it. And I wouldn't even mind seeing it out of order, because I know it's hard to buy tickets to part 1, but part 2, sometimes you can get tickets to. I would be fine seeing part 2 first because I already know the story. So it's more just to see how they do it, which I think would be really cool.
Hey, Daddy, more people joined because of me.
Yes, more people did join because of you. Jeff Schultz is here. He's seen the AYSO jersey.
What is this picture?
He wants you to kick grass. Let's see. That picture looks like Vision. It's the Vision. Jeff Schultz has got the Vision there. Yeah.
But the green part is like pushed into a green screen.
You know, I'm 100% with you. I had an amazing English teacher in high school who I think we did 5 different we did Hamlet, we did Caesar. I don't think we did Juliet. We did we did some of the comedies. I think we did Much Ado About Nothing. We did Othello, and he was really great about bringing a little bit of performance and acting in when we studied Shakespeare. It was incredible, and it just made me absolutely love it. And then he played for us the movie I showed my girls recently, which is Much Ado About Nothing, which is the first time they've ever seen Shakespeare performed in the language of Shakespeare, right?
There was booties.
There was a little bit of nudity at the very beginning because the characters are running to the baths to get all washed and ready for a big party. But Much Ado About Nothing by Kenneth Branagh with Emma Thompson and Denzel Washington and Robert Sean Leonard and Keanu Reeves and Michael Keaton. That is a really great movie. And my classmates, and everybody I've watched Much Ado About Nothing with has just been like, yeah, that's an amazing movie, hilarious.
I like that part where he says, "Now I shall kiss thy," and she says, and then she says, "When you've been speaking forwards, the years forward, now I shall go and kiss."
I can't hear you, but if you sit up, I might be able to hear you.
When the girl says, when he says, "Now I shall kiss thy," and she says, like, that he's been speaking foul words, and therefore he has foul breath, and therefore she will go and kiss.
Yes, that sounds like from Romeo and Juliet, or is that from Much Ado About Nothing? That was Much Ado About Nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, but I like that they're always arguing.
Right.
It makes the story funny.
True enough there. Hamlet was one of the 2 books I read as an adolescent. Hey, I'm not saying it can't work as a book, but for most people, it's hard to appreciate Shakespeare being just read like a book because it was not designed for that. You know, it's a shame. So I'm a big Shakespeare fan, and I've seen almost every movie version of Hamlet. I think I've enjoyed all of them for different reasons. And I love a good Shakespeare movie or play, obviously. Ryan is here. If you missed book club on Whitewell Comics, we had Fire Guy. Sorry, new guy. Too many Guy Ryans. We had new guy Ryan join us to talk about. Do I have it over here? No, I don't have Radiant Black. But we talked about Radiant Black, and if you want to hear some good comments on the comic book Radiant Black, you should definitely check that out. Let's see here. Is Asterix and the Great Divide roughly based on Romeo and Juliet? I suppose. I don't know. Hello, Riley. Good morning.
Hi.
Oh.
Charlie is right there.
Oh, right.
I swear. There she is. We need to get going. It's been an hour, ladies. We need to say goodbye and get out.
And wake up Mom so she can come watch.
Exactly.
Rower, Charlie.
She's on the rower getting her morning exercise in.
We
wish we had a teacher like you. Oh, hey, that's very sweet of you guys.
I had a teacher like him.
Technically, you have me more than anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
No, I do because Kate.
Joel, the geek, is here, my man. Good to see you guys. So we do need to get going.
Oh, thank you, Cade.
Cade is awesome.
He's so nice.
If you haven't been following Cade, you're missing out because the girls jump over there on his live streams playing Among Us pretty often. So if you want to see more of the girls, they do some pretty hilarious stuff with Burning Block over there on the Burning Block About 99 channel. So you should check it out. I hope everyone has a great weekend. I don't know when. I know for sure I'm going to be on YouTube twice on Monday. I'm going to do an auction early in the day for people that want to get some cheap books. Still trying to clear out some space. And then Comic Gories, the special Comic Gories show is on Monday night. Bromance Valentine's edition of Comic Gories is on Monday night. So I hope to see a bunch of you guys on the channel bouncing around on Monday. And then I'm doing shows almost every night next week. So there's a bunch of things going on next week.
Oh, Lord.
I know. Hope everybody has a great weekend, and I'll see you guys in the chats, right? Bye.